Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but cool things are still happening in the Quake scene right now. If you haven't seen the newest Quake Done Quick project, Quake Done Quickest Light, then I really recommend you go check that out. It's a segmented any percent run through the whole game on easy skill, and it's the culmination of something like 17 years of work from many of the best runners in the game. Outside of the Quake Done Quick projects, one of the biggest pieces of news is that the world record holding Half-Life speedrunner Muty decided to turn his hand to Quake, and it took him next to no time to join the ranks of Quake's best ever players. Instead of easing into the new game like a normal person would, Muty went directly for the full game any percent record, grinding away for weeks on end until he broke Jukebox's previous time by 5 seconds. That run is an absolutely crazy achievement and deserves its own video at some point. But apparently being champion of the whole game wasn't enough of a challenge for Muty, so to relax and unwind from that, he decided to take on the oldest and one of the most famous 100% runs in Quake's history, Peter Horvath's E4M2. I did a previous video about Peter and his run on E1M3, which was a couple of decades ahead of its time. Exactly the same thing can be said of E4M2, recorded all the way back in 2000. As Muty said, this was a different era of speedrunning, with mouse balls, 320 by 200 resolution, low frame rates, CRT monitors, you get the idea. Somehow, during a time where other runners were just discovering what might be possible in Quake, Peter managed to record this timeless run, which took 22 years and a bunch of modern techniques and discoveries to improve by only a single second. Before Peter started running the level, 100% runs on E4M2 were pretty straightforward. This is footage from Justin Fleck's demo in 1998, which these days looks more like a casual playthrough for a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Peter's first demo on the map came about a year later with a time of 1 minute 42. This run doesn't look too good by modern standards either, the main issue being that he wasn't using bunny hops yet. But we did get to see an initial sign of Peter's spark of inspiration, which his later demos always had. On the SDA website, Stubby mentioned that this demo might have had the very first use of an ogre grenade jump to reach this mega health secret. It might seem tame today, but it was a big deal in 1999. Almost 2 years later, after improving his playing in every possible way, and after working countless hours planning and running, Peter smashed his previous time to get 1 minute and 17 seconds. This run has some seriously wild tricks in it, even looking at it today. I won't go through the whole run step by step, but here are some highlights. We also have a recam of this run. Unfortunately, for the most part, you can only see the player's eyes due to the effect of the ring of shadows, but it still helps to see what's going on in some places. First up, this whole sequence is nuts. He gets a boost from this shambler, turns around and alerts a Death Knight, which you can only just barely see around the corner, then takes them both down while walking backwards through a narrow corridor. He clears out some additional knights as well as an ogre and a vor, but not before the vor has fired 2 shots, which he then combines with a perfectly timed ogre grenade to reach this top level. Watch this a couple of times and contemplate that Peter is doing a double vor ball plus ogre grenade plus slope jump in the year 2000. If that wasn't crazy enough, he does a second double vorball jump at the very end of the run. In the standard route, you're supposed to open this door and backtrack through a large part of the map towards the exit. But Peter performed this crazy boost to get straight to the teleporter leading to the exit. Watch how he has to wait for the vor to fire both shots, then take it out with the last couple of nails, then strafe around so that he doesn't get hit, and so that the two vor shots meet up at the same place at the same time. And just to add to the poetry of the run, he also completely runs out of ammo in the last seconds, swinging the axe into the air as he exits with all kills and secrets. Aside from those two flashy and spectacular tricks, the run is just packed with small but difficult moves and really tricky shots. Watch this sequence where he takes out the various ogres on these platforms, firing basically blind and hoping they will walk into position. Or this 180-degree turning shot to take out the ogre from a distance, which is pretty unlikely to work because of the wide spread of the super shotgun. Or this shot, where he somehow adds an extra accidental grenade jump over the top of this ogre. So, how did Muty manage to beat such a crazy run? Just through a series of very small tweaks to the route and using the faster modern movement throughout the run. Here's a list of things Muty mentions in his description of his 1 minute and 16-second run. He conserves a tiny bit of ammo in this hallway while waiting for the secret door to close by using the axe instead of the shotgun to take down these knights. He avoids the insanity of the double vor ogre slope boost and instead only uses a double vor ball boost and the slope jump. This is both a tiny bit faster and a lot easier. He takes out these Death Knights more efficiently by shooting directly between them with the nail gun. The nails on each side hit each knight respectively. He opens this door, meaning he doesn't have to do the long distance super shotgun shot to kill this ogre, and can instead take it out later with the quad nail gun. Also just tiny little movement tweaks, for example this jump through a narrow door. All of this, plus a lot of preparation and practice, got him there in the end. I think everybody, including Muty himself, was astonished that it only took him about 40 hours of grinding to get the record. Even if you have all the skills necessary, you still need a ton of luck to do a run like this. And you can see from Muty's reaction that he wasn't expecting to get it so fast.
Oh. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, dude! Oh my god! Oh my god! We got it! Oh my god! I never... Oh my god! Oh.
So that's the run, the closing of a huge chapter in Quake's history and the end of the longest standing 100% record in the game. Congrats to Muty, and I can't wait to see what he might come up with next.